Alright, what's going on, guys? So, every man must learn from his mistakes, or he can learn from others. When I sit up here and I tell you guys, don't do this or don't do that, it's not because I think I'm better than you guys. It's not because, I think I know it all. I've made mistakes. I've made mistakes in the past and I learned from them. I learned from them the hard way, unfortunately. And that's why I make these videos, try and help you guys, and hopefully you guys don't make the same mistakes. Because if you take the advice that someone else gives you and you apply it into your life, you won't have to go through the same mistake. It'll save you a lot of time. For example, my first relationship, I did everything wrong. Just like, I tell you guys, don't give a woman all of your attention. Don't spend all of your time with her. All these things, I did them. I was giving her all my attention. I was spending all my time with her, telling her how beautiful she is. And this is all something that we learned from our parents as a kid. Growing up, you watch your parents and you see how their dynamic is, and then you go out into the real world and you think that that's how, the world works. But, you learn through your mistakes, and I learned through my mistakes that is not what women want. And it's proven. It is proven because once I changed my mentality about things, once I learned from my mistakes, the results are so much more different. They're so much more different. You will have a woman obsessed over you. But if you do all the mistakes that I made, giving her all your time, giving her all your validation, giving her, all of your attention, she is not going to be so obsessed with you because she has nothing to chase. And once I got out of that relationship, that was the moment where, I realized it hit me. It slapped me in the face. And my relationship was about 3 years long, and so it slapped me in the face. After being out of the game for that long, I got slapped in the face with reality. Like, damn, all these years, I was doing everything wrong because I was clouded by my emotion. But I learned, surely, to take control over my emotions and to never make an emotional decision again. Every decision that I make now is based off of logic. I never make any emotion based off of, any decision based off of emotion, because emotion clouds your judgment. And I wasn't going as hard when I was in a relationship. But once I got out of a relationship, I went hard every single day because, when I think every guy goes through this, that when he goes through a breakup, you start thinking like, damn, bro, I gotta get my money up. Fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch. I gotta get my fucking money up. I don't want her to look back, and see me and think like, damn, I dodged a bullet. I'm glad I didn't date that bum. I'm glad I'm still not dating that bum. So that kind of lights a fire in you. It's like, bro, all right. You gotta self-improve. Every single day you gotta get better, bro. Because I don't want her to look back and think, damn, I dodged a bullet. Good thing I'm not dating that bum. At first, that's your motivation. At first, you get in the gym. Well, at least that was my motivation. But I think a lot of guys can relate. Because at first, I was going to the gym every single day. Every weight I lifted, I was like, fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch. Fuck that stupid bitch. Every time I was working, counting my money and shit, like, man, fuck that bitch, laughing straight to the bank. But, eventually, that changes. That changes eventually because that's not a strong enough reason. Because after, time has gone by and you no longer have an attachment to that person, you don't really have that feeling. You've let go of it. After a certain period of time, I just let go. I don't care about that anymore. I don't care enough to think about that person every time and be like, oh, I gotta do this to shit on them. Like, nah. Eventually, you know, you let go. You move on with your life. And then your reason has to be stronger. Eventually, you know, I got out of that. I got out of that rage. I got out of that rage of, like, you know, trying to prove myself, of, you know, being a better option, or whatever it may be, you know, whatever those feelings are. Eventually you go through that and you get past it. And you realize, you know, there's so much more to becoming the best version of yourself. You know, that might be what started it, but eventually you let go of that and you find the real reason as to why you need to become the best version of yourself. Because as a grown man, your family depends on you. You know, eventually one day your parents, they're gonna get old. They're gonna get so old that they might not be able to take care of themselves. Do you want them to be in a nursing home? Do you want them to live the last years of their life working a 9 to 5 or working a shit job to pay bills? You really want that to be their entire life? A life where they live their entire life just to pay bills? Is that what you want? Eventually your reason changes, your why changes. And you realize, okay, I have to do this for my family. I have to put on for my family. And not only do I have to become the best version of myself for me, but my family depends on this. And all of these things tie into each other, because when you gotta, you know, focus on the bag, if your health is fucked up, you're not gonna be as focused. If your health is fucked up, your determination, your ambition, all that shit gets fucked up, especially as a man, because your testosterone levels drop and you become a little bitch. So, you know, you have to take care of yourself. Make sure you know, hit the gym every day. And as a result of that, you will become more attractive. So you see how all these, it's like a formula. You see how all these things just intertwine? If you want to get your money up, you know, you should focus on your health. And when you focus on your health, now your body gets right. Now you look more attractive. Now you attract more females. It all ties into each other. This is why you have to become the best version of yourself, if you want to live the life of your dreams. If you don't, if you accept being average, and that's totally okay, that's on you. Just don't complain. Alright? So everything intertwines, because what's the point of getting to the bag every single day if you're not going to live long enough to, you know, even be able to enjoy it? And if you die from poor health, now your family doesn't have you as a pillar. Now your family has to do this all by themselves. And if you don't come from a rich family, that is, you know, not going to be a good scenario. If you come from a rich family, then none of this really, you know, I'm sure your reason why is different. You should still become the best version of yourself, but your reason why is just different. I don't come from a rich family. So, you know, I don't want to see my parents go through that. So I think I have to become the best version of myself for myself and for my family. I have to be the one that can retire my mom, you know? And I think you guys should strive for the same thing. You guys should strive to take care of those who once took care of you. When you were a baby, when you were a kid growing up, they took care of you. So now you should return the favor. You should become the best version of yourself for them. And when you do all this, not only are you putting your family in a better position, but everything improves. Your social life will improve because people see that, you know, you are someone that they can do business with, someone that loves themselves and respects themselves. So now they can love you and they can respect you. Now you get more women because you know these women are hypergamous, and once you get that bag up, they gon' flock. So, you know these hypergamous ass females are definitely gonna flock to you once you get your bag right. Once you get your body right, you know, you'll attract more women. So all this ties into each other. You will improve your quality of life the more you focus on bettering yourself. The more you focus on bettering yourself, the more your quality of life improves. Because when you're not the best version of yourself, you're going through life, you know, seeing things that you wish you could have, but you don't have. Why? Because you're not the best version of yourself. Now imagine you were the best version of yourself. You had the best body. Your finances were on point. You know, you maxed out your looks and you look on point. You look good, you smell good, you feel good, you feel great because you check your bank account and your bank account is, you know, on steroids. You're eating right. Your mind feels right. You feel amazing. You go out and you socialize a lot. You're a fun person. Think about how that would feel. Think about how differently life would be. Think about it. But it all starts with, you know, you waking up one day and going hard and doing that repeatedly and disciplined for a long period of time. But the only way to stay disciplined and stay committed is to remember your why. Because there's going to be days where you don't want to do it. But every time you remember your why, you go hard. You say to yourself, I don't want to do this. Well, why am I doing this? Oh, okay. That's why I'm doing it. All right. We're going to get it done. I don't feel like doing it, but I don't care. We're going to get it done. Because I remember why. Alright guys, I hope you guys found this video useful. Like the video, comment down below, and subscribe. Peace out.